Sip for Peace, Day 27, our third day in Japan in the prefecture of Shizuoka. Now, this is the largest tea-producing region in Japan. It's on the central part of Japan, and it's on the Pacific Ocean, and it is known as the largest tea-producing region because it has the most acreage and the greatest amount of production. Now, it's also can be said that all of the teas that grow here literally grow in the shadow of the beautiful Mount Fuji. So when you see pictures of the tea fields, you usually frequently see Mount Fuji in the background. And I think this is really adds to a lot to the romance of the teas from this region. Now, the tea that I picked for today is actually one of my favorite teas. And I would say that carefully. People ask me all the time which is my favorite tea, and of course there are many, but this is a kuki cha. This tea came to us from Adagio Teas. Now, the thing about this tea is it is a combination. Well, the nickname is called twig tea. So does that give you a clue? Because it's a combination of broken leaf and some of the tender stems, but even some more of the crushed heavier stem. So this tea is actually, because of this, lower in caffeine. It has a tendency to be easier to brew and always sweeter, not ever towards that astringency of some of the whole leaf teas if you brew them too long or with too hot a water. This is a really easy to brew tea, really forgiving, and usually pretty affordable. Frankly, I still remember the first time that I tasted this, that someone said, hey, I've got this great new kuki cha in here. Let me fix some for you. And I'd never heard of it, so I was trying to be all clever. And of course, I didn't want to admit that there was something I didn't know. But one of the reasons I really remember that day too is that it kind of put that lens on the fact that some of us tend to try to be a little too pretentious with our knowledge about tea. I'm certainly one of them. I love all of this stuff. I love to talk about it. But in some cases, it's the simplest things that are the most pleasing to the taste. So being that we're still in Japan, I wanted to choose another Japanese themed meditation. And I remember that there was a TED Talk given by Kyle Stewart back in 2012 about the tea bowl. Now, yesterday we had Norwood Pratt's talk about his first experience with tea ceremony, and of course the tea bowl is part of that to a very great extent, which is a matcha. But I think it's what Kyle is talking about in this TED Talk is really about the sense of beauty, and hopefully the way in which, in my mind, the way in which that translates for all of us into a sense of peace. So to share some of my kuki cha with you, I will also share a quote that I chose. Not a Japanese person. This was by Sir Winston Churchill. If the human race wishes to have a prolonged and indefinite period of material prosperity, they have only got to behave in a peaceful and helpful way towards one another. Once again, that makes me think exactly about our tea community and the different ways in which we are respectful and helpful of each other. I hope that's what we're accomplishing as we sip for peace.